Hi, ladies and gentlemen. When we are talking about Kurdish people, a great nation, a greatest nation in Middle East that they have known their state till now, it's so simple and so hard. It's so simple because now everyone knows about the Kurds and their issues. It's so hard because the Kurds are divided between 4 countries, 4 dictators, and the Kurds says that we have experienced many different kinds of deaths. The Kurds die through execution in the fight, in the war, in the fight against the terrorists, and in jails by genocide, and many other different deaths. But the Kurds, that they are a nation about 40 million peoples. They are now divided between Iran, Turkey, Syria, and Iraq. But when the period of empire came over, the Kurdish land divided several times. I will point here to these treaties. The first time is Treaty of Sahara in 1639. There was a war between Ottoman Empire and Safavid Empire, a Shiite empire, Shia and Sunni. That unfortunately we have this problem today between Turkey and Iran. They play this role. The Turkey played the Sunni empire role, and the Islamic Republic of Iran plays the role of Shia empire. And after this, we have Sykes-Picot. Sykes and Picot, they were 2 persons from England and France. They have decided to divide the empires, Ottoman and Safavid, and they had no pay attention to the Kurds' will. They did this division just on paper, and sometimes they use this division of Kurds to make a balance. For example, in Iraq, we have Shia Arabs and we have Sunni Arabs. They divided some Kurdish in Iraqi country to make an balance between Shia Arabs and Sunni Arabs. And now in Turkey we have about 20 million Kurds. In Iran we have about 10 to 12 million Kurds. In Iraq about 6 million Kurds, and in Syria about 3 million Kurds, and we have a minority in Armenia also, and some Kurds in Afghanistan, but they are not originally from Afghanistan. This is cause of immigration, and we, as the Kurdish nation, have experienced many different immigrations and transfer. The Sykes-Picot was in 1960. Then the Sèvres and Lausanne were 2 international treaties that had many effects on Kurdish lives and Kurdish future. They had many great effects. Sèvres was in 1920, and the Kurds have the hope that we can have their land, but just 3 years later they lost their hope. because the superpower countries decided to deny the Kurds. And as I said before, they divided the Kurds just on papers. And today, also the superpowers, they have no pay attention to the Kurds' will and the Kurds' rights and the human rights. Actually, I don't want to talk more about the history. I want to talk about now. For example, in Iranian Kurdistan, now more than 20 Kurds are waiting to be hanged out. Ramin Hossein Panahi, Hidayat Abdullahpur, Zaniar and Luqman Muradi, that we as Kurdish human rights activists and defenders, we have many documents that they are innocent, especially Hidayat Abdullahpur and Zaniar and Luqman Muradi, they are completely innocent. And more than 15 Kurdish peoples, they sentenced to long life jail. Muhammad Nazari, Omar Faqihpur, and Zainab Jalalian. They are in jail about 25 years without rights, without everything. They had nothing. And but here in UN, we see that Ali Raza Awai, the Iranian Judiciary Ministry, that he is in UN and EU, European Union list boycotts, in the list of boycotts. But he comes here and he had speech here, but no one has paid attention to this. And this is why I'm asking what? If the Kurds and the other nations that they are under the occupation, we have to search the reason. What's the reason? I want to point to this. As you see in the pictures, the Kurds have experienced many times genocide, Anfal, and in Halabja, in Harna, Halatan, Sertsnar, Oshnevia, Pawa, in Iranian Kurdistan just, more than 20,000 Kurds, they have died in genocide. In Halabja, more than 5,000 Kurds have died in a chemical attack by Saddam Hussein. And in Al-Anfal, in 3 different periods, more than 120,000 Kurds have been died. In Mahabad city, in Iranian Kurdistan, just in one time, the Iranian agents, Iranian intelligence agency, they arrested 59 innocent youngs, and we have no information till now, after 38 years about them. We don't know they are alive or died. But as I mentioned, what is the reason? As now the Kurds in Afrin are dying, and the human rights activists in Syria, Kurdistan have many documents that the Turkey used the chemical weapons and gas, but no one talks about. In this time that the Kurds children, women, men, they are dying under this attack, we see that Sigmar Gabriel, the foreign minister of Germany, is busy with Mevlut Çavuşoğlu, the Turkey foreign minister. And who is killing the Kurds in Africa? It's so clear. Leopard. What's Leopard? The German tanks. And in Iraqi Kurdistan, when the Iran regime supported the Hashd al-Sha'bi and they attacked the Kurds in Kirkuk, and the Kurds lost their territory again. Who was busy to kill the Kurds? The American tanks. It's the real reason. Everyone, I mean the superpowers, the countries that they say that we defend the human rights, freedom, democracy, liberalism, these nice words, they are liars. And they are busy to their business. They are many good blood and tears businessmen. If we want to save this world, I have mentioned in several seminars. At first, in Middle East, we have to destroy the Iranian regime. Why? Because we have many documents that Iranian regime is supporting Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas, Hashd al-Sha'bi, and Houthis in Yemen, Taliban in Afghanistan. This is not enough to stop Iranian regime. Then what they need to prove this and stop the Iranian regime. But we see that the European company and governments, they are still worried about GPASO. I forget the name. In Persian, they say Berjam, the agreement between Iran and 6 superpower countries. And now they want to make another permission with Iranian regime for missiles. But Iran says that, Iran says that I give the Houthis and Hezbollah our missiles. Iran says this clearly. But I don't know what the nations like us Kurds have to do. But I promise here, and I say that we will make at the end a country and a land for this flag. And we deserve this, and our fighting is continuous. We, as the Kurds, about 2,000 Kurdish Peshmerga and guerrillas have been died in the war against ISIS. In Raqqa, who attacked and deleted the ISIS? In Mosul, Iraqi military, they ran out, but the Kurds stayed. But today, we see that, for example, German country, they say that we don't continue our relationship with KRG, Kurdistan region government. And, just this word, okay, excuse me. And they say that we will continue our relation with Iraqi government, that we know that Hashd al-Sha'bi is running the Iraqi government, and Hashd al-Sha'bi is supported by Iran militarily and in every different dimensions. Excuse me for this long speech, and thanks for you all.